feel like a brand new person. Well, I can't.
What is the deal, beautiful people? It's your boy Ramon, Lifestyles Defined. This was supposed to be a review of the Blackberry Priv, but I lost the video files. I don't know what happened. I copied them on the PC, and I went back, and for some reason I may have deleted them. I was probably tired, not paying attention to what I was doing, and then I went back to the card, and I had already formatted the card. So yes, I have already banged my head on every wall in here a few times, so no need for you to do so. And the reason I was so upset about losing the review footage, I actually got to use it for a few days, and I thought that phone was super dope, and I was very excited to do the review for you guys. I know if you had some questions about it. Man, I love that phone. So instead of it being a real review, I'm just gonna once over the Blackberry Priv again, this time with some more influence from my actual experiences. So the first part of it that I absolutely fell in love with was taking out the box. The hardware was amazing. I mean, it wasn't the thinnest phone. It's not as thin as the Galaxy, but it's definitely, for what it is, especially for that slide out keyboard, it was so very thin, and the weight was so well distributed. It's just a beautiful piece of hardware, and it's got the speaker grill on the bottom, and I think they did a good job at not wasting space, right? You look at something like an HTC, any of the iterations of the HTC, and the screen feels so much smaller than it has to be because of those speakers. I didn't really get that feeling on the Blackberry. And two, the display was curved on the sides. Man, it was just a piece of hardware and a joy to use. Secondly, what caught me off guard was the camera. The camera was actually decent, and I was really looking forward to doing an episode of Aperture for you guys and putting the camera through its motions. I lost the sample images as well. Matter of fact, let me look on my my OneDrive. They may be there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if OneDrive backed them up. I can't remember if I installed OneDrive on it from the time that I had it. If I did install OneDrive, I will do the episode of Aperture. You guys tell me if that's something you want to be interested in, if I can find the goddamn pictures. But I thought the camera did a pretty good job. Was it as good as the Galaxy? No. Was it as good as the iPhone? No. Lumia? No. But it definitely wasn't what we have become to expect from Blackberry. The camera was decent. I would even say it was around the Nexus territory. And speaking of Nexus, this was another part of the Blackberry I absolutely fell in love with. This thing was next to vanilla Android, and using something like the Galaxy all day, man, it was a breath of fresh air to just see plain vanilla Android. And much like I want to say the pedigree of Motorola as of late, Blackberry made some very interesting additions to the OS. So things like, if you see three dots under an icon in the UI on your home screen, if you hold and slide up, that gesture would launch the accompanying widget to that app. So let's say you got some email, you do that gesture, and just the widget for your email pops up, and you can set the transparency. Then there's things like when you hold down the middle button where you slide up and you see the Google Now, you can add two other apps to there, be it your mail or Blackberry Messenger or Instagram, whatever you want. That was dope. Then they had a widget, what would you call that? A hovering widget that sort of always hung around the right side of the device, and you slide that out, and again you had shortcuts that you could place. And for production wise, right, you would place things like the Blackberry Hub, you would place your mail, your contacts, so on and so forth. So again, Blackberry took a lot of their sound fundamentals of what a productive device should be, and built these features in mind to always make it easy and always make your business tools up front and center. I really adored that. I couldn't tell you. And I mean, the BlackBerry Hub had its problems, right? It doesn't support all the email formats, but it was so good to see one of the premier features make it over from BlackBerry 10. And for those of you who don't know, the BlackBerry Hub is it's BlackBerry's. It's their all-in-one stop for anything that goes on the phone. So notifications, text messages, BBM, emails, they all come in this one chronological order that you can just scroll through. And I really like that. And I would want to see, I think Facebook was included in that, but I would want to see the hooks into things like Snapchat and Instagram, Twitter. I believe Twitter was there. But this is dope stuff, man. BlackBerry knew what they were doing, and I think their first foray into the Android world was a big one. The things I didn't like about it wasn't much at all. I think the battery life was neither here nor there. Very mediocre. It's not as bad as my Galaxy for sure. And then the second thing is I would notice some snags, and it was weird, right? Because when doing really power things like watching YouTube videos or scrolling through the Instagram feed, it's weird. I would consider that a power thing. It was okay, but navigating the UI, sometimes I would see that infamous Android stutter or lag, which was weird because it was so vanilla. And I had it was last week, so it's pretty late out there. It's due for a Marshmallow upgrade. But I thought that was interesting that they wouldn't have figured that out by now via an update, how to make the experience much more fluid. If I had to do it, if I had to purchase an Android phone right now, I would probably purchase that. Having said, I didn't get my hands on the Nexus, the P yet. I really want to touch that. But damn, I gotta give BlackBerry more credit than I have been doing in the past. They knocked that Priv out of the water, man. Beautiful phone. If you guys got a chance to touch it, let me know. Any of you who use it as your main phone, join in the conversation. Let me know if the things I say are reflecting correctly. Let me know what you like or don't like about it. As always, like the video, subscribe for more content. Plenty more coming. My name is Ramon. I'm out of here. Peace.
From the deep forest into the sun.